After years of contemplation and life's unexpected events, one person wonders what holds them back from overcoming crippling worry and terror. Intense as it is now, it seems like it was always present. It appears to flourish when one sits with it and allows it to be. Well, a lot of people suffer from fear and worry. Even if you're not aware of it, you may be experiencing a degree of fear. Some people have it, and many others have it in the background all the time. Even if it's hidden, fear will be there if your egoic mind controls your every thought and action. Anger is one way it manifests. When you examine anger closely, you will typically discover that it hides a deep-seated fear. Focusing on the source of the fear is, thus, crucial. Recognize that anxiety is present. Is there any way of thinking associated with the fear? This is a crucial subject to consider. To rephrase, when you're terrified, what ideas are running through your head? Could it be that the dread is a result of certain negative thoughts that you have on a regular basis? Is it conceivable that you fixate on the here and now and the future, attempting to exert undue influence over something beyond your control? Are you trying to imagine a worst-case scenario in which you lose something important, or are you just wondering what's going to happen to me? It has not yet occurred, but it may. Excessive mental processing often results in hypothetical catastrophes that are neither happening nor will ever happen. Even if they did materialize, you'd probably find it simpler to deal with the real thing than with your made-up, idealized version of it, for the simple reason that you can't do anything about a made-up problem other than to cease dwelling on it. However, when a real-life problem emerges, you tackle it head-on, focus on it, and then act accordingly. However, in a made-up scenario, you are completely dependent on it. To you, it is an abstraction. Consequently, you should check to see if the anxiety is being generated by your mind's own negative beliefs and projections into the future. And if that's the case, you can see, oh, I'm making those because my body can't tell the difference between my imagination and what's happening outside. For example, if you tell yourself, my life situation is critical, your body will interpret this as a real threat because it is closely related to your thoughts. When your ideas become a dangerous presence, your body will react as if there were a tiger in the room. No matter how real the danger, your body will respond in the same way, with palpitations, shortness of breath, and a generalized state of panic. Because you've been in that terrible condition for so long, you only go at night. It's a mental illness, and it's driving people crazy, yet nothing is changing. Do not even bother. You'll find a peaceful area. The mind is where it's at. If that's the case, then you should definitely address the thoughts that are causing your dread. And what is your strategy for dealing with ideas? The only way out is to refuse, to see how pointless and harmful these thoughts are, and to decide to just walk away. And how exactly do you exit? To begin, you refuse to give in to your mind's demands that you must keep thinking. No, you stand up, breathe in a mindful manner, or direct your awareness to your body's subtle energy field, a purposeful choice to remove attention from thinking. To pull it off, you might need to be on high alert. It is possible that you would be unable to emerge from this mental stream if you become too engrossed in it. At least you're aware that this is occurring. Its gravitational pull is strong enough to drag you along. You see, there's a stage where you can't help but feel it. But as you become aware that this is occurring, you start to separate yourself from it. You know, deep down that this isn't quite genuine. This is the terror that my thoughts are conjuring up. During the beginning, you might not be able to pull yourself out of it. You may still be completely ensnared by it, but at least you're aware that it's there. The worst part is being ensnared in it and having no idea what's happening. You become so ingrained in it that it feels real. Therefore, the first step in overcoming this obstacle is realizing that it exists. The energy may eventually run out, and you'll be able to tell yourself things like, "Okay, I'm going to leave those scary thoughts behind because they're causing me pain." You start to tune into your body's subtle energy field after taking a few deliberate breaths. My goodness, it's like if this enormous weight has been lifted off my shoulders. After then, you take stock of your surroundings. This is a reawakening that arises from your total immersion in thought. This is a true awakening. One way to notice it is when you say, "So nice." This is absolutely terrifying. Surely, everyone has felt the immense relief of being in bed and safe upon awakening from a nightmare. When you stop dwelling on your fears and start living in the now, it's the same. After then, your mind will attempt to refocus your attention. All it has to do is say, "Come this way." Is it something you follow or something you don't follow? Following it is as simple as following. On the other hand, there may be occasions when the dread manifests itself without your being able to identify the specific thought that triggered it. Nothing forces it. A sudden, crippling terror can strike anywhere at any time. And that, my friend, is the pain body. All those pent-up feelings you carry about with you. For many, dread and anxiety are the primary physical manifestations of the pain body. Although it may appear out of nowhere, more often than not it seeps into your mind and causes you to think frightening ideas. Even today, there are situations in which fear can cause harm. Perhaps some of you can see the ways in which your own ideas are fueling your anxiety. However, you might discover that your fears emerge on their own, leading to more anxious thoughts and a physical response that seeks out more of the same. The most striking aspect of its existence is the energy frequency of fear. Anxieties is something you can experience. That thing goes off at a certain interval. At times, the physical manifestation of it manifests as trembling. That is the reason behind my actions. If I could offer it to you, I would. I would rather that frequency mean, allow me to give you a sample. Therefore, it is ideal that we discuss frequency. After then, your frequency of presence changes. Even if the chamber and the outside world are identical, you find yourself in an entirely alternate universe within it. As your frequency changes, you enter a whole new world, albeit in the same physical location. If you liked this video and would like to see more that can help you understand love, relationships, and yourself better, subscribe now. By joining forces, we may turn our pain into knowledge and rediscover the love that comes from inside. Your time is greatly appreciated, and I look forward to having you back for another video.